One Arcade Couch, the best place to join your friends and get your gaming goodness each and every Monday. My name's Don Blight, and joining me on the couch this week, Ashley Hobley.
How you doing? Excited to be here. Final pre-PAX Arcade Couch.
It's true. PAX is coming up, of course, hot this weekend. In fact, today's Monday. It's the start of Melbourne International Games Week. Hoorah.
Hooray.
You know, that's the other thing people forget, I guess. The entire week is games related. It's just PAX is sort of the cap off, you know, the big hoorah at the end of this whole week. So yeah, officially kicked off today. Good. Yeah. That's exciting. Things are happening.
Yeah. Plenty of exciting stuff, you know. Nintendo announced a bunch of extra games that are going to be there.
Yeah, like Pokemon.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. So it's the DLC, right?
Yeah, it's the DLC.
How's the demo going to work?
I don't know. They just drop you into it like with a team. You can wander around. I don't know. I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, okay.
All I know is that they said you get an exclusive pin set for playing it. I'm like, fuck. If I walk past and that line looks empty, I'm a sucker for a pin.
I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, true. So. That's a good point. Yeah.
But no, I'm excited. They got Prince of Persia, the Crown. Something.
Yeah, Crown, whatever it is, the side-scrolling one.
Yes, that looks cool. And they've got a Detective Pikachu visor. So I need one of those.
Yeah, we need several of those.
Yep.
We need all of them. It reminds me of being excited for the McDonald's visor. You know, good times. So
yeah. So
okay,
be sun safe this PAX. Wear your Detective Pikachu visors.
When you go outside, just see a bunch of people walking around Detective Pikachu visors afterwards. Why not? You know, why not? Yeah, PAX. Exciting. Happy. This is out Monday. I'll be in Melbourne from tomorrow. There you go.
Hit him up on social media to chase him, find out where he is.
Yeah, where will Dylan be? Don't know.
Can I confirm? You're going to be at the AGS, right? Yeah,
I'll be at the Australian Game Developer Awards, AGDAs. Yeah, I had to think about it. Yeah, AGDAs. Wednesday, I'll be attending the AGDAs. Just
getting a free meal.
Getting to see the peeps, hanging out with things, clapping. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I think it'll be cool. I like Australian games. I like the Australian game industry. I want to
award shows.
I like award shows. I've never been to one live, but sure, let's go. Let's go. So yeah, be there. That's Wednesday night. Tuesday, I'm not sure. I'm thinking about heading up to. I'm undecided what I'm doing Tuesday because I have to be back in time for I'm doing a media thing. I can't say what for obviously, but I'm doing a media thing at night time, so I need to be back in the hotel to be on my laptop for that. And that's from 6 or something. But but during the day when I get there, I'm undecided what I want to do. I'm thinking about heading up to I can't remember what suburb it is, but little bit out of the way for a little bunch of the indie studios are putting on a little thing somewhere.
Okay.
Don't know. Just catch me around. You know what I mean? Who knows? Wednesday, don't know. Thursday, don't know. Friday, PAX.
Thursday, I want to go. They've got the big game thing event, the free event.
Where's that?
The Fed Square.
Fed Square? Yeah, let's go to that then. There you go.
Yeah, done.
Easy.
So there's that.
There's enough on.
There's the massive monster stall, with a bunch of indie devs.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I think they're doing that, but a early one that's up on Tuesday, somewhere else. So I'm thinking about. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So lots happening.
I need to get Cold Lamb merch.
Yeah, someone needs to buy me Cold Lamb merch. Kieran,
any merch. That'll bandana merch.
Fucking, it's been a whole year, and this motherfucker thinks I forgot that he owes me merch. He doesn't owe me extra merch. I'm willing to allow no tax on this, but he still owes me merch from last year. He didn't pay out. And he blames me for not picking something. I picked something. He didn't go get it fast enough before it sold out. Let's clarify here.
Yeah.
Let's clarify. So, PAX.
Just see us around. Autographs, very, very expensive. But yeah.
I'm charging $999 this year in crypto.
For no in particular.
I will take an assortment of Bitcoin. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. Whichever one's not crashing at the moment.
Dogcoin. I hear is good. I don't know. Maybe. All right, let's talk about some things. Let's talk about some game news. I'm going to be completely honest. The only game news to talk about this week is nearly all but negative. Oh, actually, before I do that, just a quick shout out. I was having dinner before. I started playing this game. I only played half an hour while I was eating, but fuck, it was good. What was it called? It was on my phone. It was on the Apple Arcades. It is called Finity. really good. It's like a you can rotate the blocks and you got match 3, but like there's different ones where it's like after a certain amount of moves they lock in a certain direction and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like just look at a picture, I feel like you'd get your head around it. But yeah, it was really, really good. It has a lot of charm. I like the colors, I like the way the levels move along. Yeah, very good. Keen to play some more of that. Definitely looks like a good time killer, which sounds like a bad thing. I know people say that it's like it's a bad game, but it's just a time killer. No, a good game. Time killer. No microtransactions because it's on Apple Arcade, of course. So
okay,
shout out.
You want to know what I played for half an hour?
What?
I'm like, we're about to do Arcade Couch. I should try out this Foam Stars beta.
Oh, is that live? Is that open? I thought it must be like
it was an open beta. Nope. Right. Downloaded it during the day. Got home, started it up, did tutorial. It's pretty solid, pretty interesting, like pretty basic, like that kind of stuff.
Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon, but you know, there's foam. It's foam. I think the element that is interesting that is not in Splatoon, I think, is your foam like builds up, so there's a verticality to it as well. Could not get a match.
No one's playing the beta.
No one is playing the beta, apparently. So
good on you, Foam Stars.
Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, try again. Why not? Epic Games cutting 870 jobs, 16% of its workforce.
Jesus Christ.
Writes John Walker over at Kotaku. Epic Games, the company behind global mega hit Fortnite, the Epic Games Store, and the wildly popular Unreal Engine, is laying off 16% of its current workforce. This report, first coming from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, sees almost 900 employees losing their jobs. A memo was shared this morning at North California company seen by Kotaku informing staff of the bad news. It explains that alongside 16% of staff being laid off, the company is also selling Bandcamp and spinning off most of marketing company Super Awesome. Earlier today on X, Schreier wrote, quote, rumors were flying as Epic disabled Slack for employees ahead of the news, end quote. For a while now, we've been busy spending way more money than we earn, said the memo, sent out to staff by CEO Tim Sweeney. I've long been optimistic would be power through this transaction without layoffs, but in retrospect, I see that this was unrealistic, end quote. It seems that Fortnite's failure to continue growing was part of the problem. Sweeney reports that it is, quote, starting to grow again, saying with significant revenue sharing, but is driven by creator content with significant revenue sharing. End quote. Despite efforts to reduce spending, Sweeney says, quote, we still ended up far short of financial sustainability, end quote. Laid off ex-employees will receive 6 months severance and health benefits, Schreier said. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, in a memo, last thing, we've reached out to Epic to ask for a comment regarding the situation. In the meantime, Sweeney said to staff in a memo, he said, saying goodbye to people who've helped build Epic is a terrible experience for all. The consolation is that we're all adequately funded to support laid off employees. We're offering a severance package that includes 6 months base pay and in the US, Canada, Brazil, 6 months of Epic paid healthcare. All the best for everyone affected, finding new work as soon as possible, said Kotaku. This was this is the start of many shit stories coming out of game development this week, but this was the biggest one. And straight away, got to say, obviously, terrible news story. But secondly, a lot of people, and rightfully so, started sharing that fucking amazing story from Iwata from years ago. Did you see this going back around? Doing the rounds? So there was a year where Nintendo had a terrible year for money.
Oh, yeah.
And Iwata did this video where he was like, I'm taking a massive pay cut, so we don't have to let anyone go. Yep. I don't feel like in a world where, Tim Sweeney's still making a bunch of money, he's still worth billion, however much, and all the overheads there got so much money.
Yep.
Yeah. I just don't.
I don't know. I kind of call bullshit on them losing a bunch of money. Really? Show us the figures. Did you really need to cut all these people?
I mean, Sony, Lego, and what's the third company? Another third company. There's 3 major companies have done major investments in them in the last couple of years as well, at least once a year. Sony started with that, member 1 billion and then more billion, and
so I don't know.
There's a bunch of money.
It's really weird. Obviously, it's especially rough because they have been very positive with their revenue share and that kind of stuff, with sales on Epic's Game Store, and the deals that they've got for real Unreal Engine and that kind of stuff. It's like very positive for the devs. So, if they are losing a lot of money on this kind of stuff, it's like we need to get more money from the dev side of stuff, you know, which is not great. But yeah, if they've had all their eggs kind of in the Fortnite basket for a while, so if that doesn't continue to be a moneymaker, like they're kind of screwed, and kind of, I'm sure like their legal battle with Apple wasn't cheap, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it is very disappointing across the board that they and especially for like a massive company like this within the games industry, to lose a considerable 16%, 870 jobs. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like if even Epic can't handle the realm of what is game development, then, or being a game studio of some sort, then what hope does anyone have is sort of the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't feel like there's so many
I think
things.
Mediatonic was hit very hard as well.
Yeah, Mediatonic basically is deleted.
Was pretty much gutted. So, all your Fall Guys fans out there, wouldn't expect any content anytime soon.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure as far as Shreya said, they were like pretty much nearly deleted, like the entire team. I'm trying to see if I can find a quick answer here. Not really. Yeah, like they had mass layoffs as part of that. So, yeah, I just don't feel like in a world where there's like so many things that I just feel like they were coaxing along for so long. But yeah, I think you're right that the Apple thing, it's like, cool, if you're going to waste a bunch of money, like if you're going to win, you better win. Or else now all these people like are sort of feeling the back end of that more than the people who were making those decisions. But then there's all these other things too. I'm like, okay, they're still doing this fucking 2 free games every fortnight or whatever shit on Epic, right? How much is that shit costing to pay out for all those games?
Based on the names of the games, probably not a lot.
I mean,
in comparison to the list that Xbox leaked last week, where they're not getting they're not paying $250 million to give away.
No, well, they're definitely not paying that much, but like, there's still like, there's all these parts where you can be like, well, I don't know if you need to be this and that.
Really? Do you need to give content creators money?
Yeah, well, I don't.
Yeah, a cut. I don't know.
Yeah. There's just lots of things where I'm like, I don't know about this, guys, but sure. And yeah, let alone the fact, as always, whenever these things happen, that, yeah, just you've got the mass, the people at top just sit safely. Like, do you even
question, like, is it your fault?
Yeah, do you even question, like, as leaders or leadership of a company, is it like your decision making that has led to this moment? And should you feel the brunt of some of it? Like, it never happens. Obviously, that's not how the world works, but like, let's see, how much does Tim Sweeney make? Bloomberg estimates his wealth. I don't know how much he reckons he's worth, like $9.6 billion though. So, anyway, continuing down the shit train. Kotaku also writes, Sega cancels Hyenas and other unannounced games. Creative Assembly laying face-offs. Sega has cancelled the yet-to-be-released Hyenas, an extraction shooter set in space that was in development at Total War and Alien Isolation studio Creative Assembly. The publisher also cancelled several other unannounced games as part of a structured reforms across its European operations. Announced in June 2022, Hyenas was described as a sci-fi space piracy multiplayer FPS, pitting teams of players against each other and NPCs as they thought to steal valuable items and pieces of pop culture, like Sonic statues and Rubik's Cubes. On September 11, the game wrapped up its most recent beta. 17 days later, Sega and the developer Hyenas confirmed it was cancelled. News broke Thursday via post on Twitter/X from the official Hyenas account and confirming that it had ended development on the shooter and saying that the decision to cancel the game wasn't made lightly. Quote, "We know our plans were ambitious," said Creative Assembly. And we know we are diving headfirst into competition with some of the greats, but we believed in the journey and we're proud to have taken every step along the way. We hope you'll join us in remembering the action-packed zero-G chaos and the die-hard community of players who helped us make it special. End quote. Blah 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 blah. Why Hyenas was cancelled? These possible layoffs and the cancelled game are part of a larger situation at Sega, which owns Creative Assembly. In a press release posted Thursday on Sega Sammy's official website, the company blamed its lower profits in the UK on less demand for games due to fewer people being stuck at home after the lifting of COVID-19 lockdowns and a quote economic downturn due to inflation in Europe. To adapt to these changes and improve profits in the region, Sega is implementing structural reforms after reviewing in development games. Quote, in response to lower profitability of the European region, we have reviewed the title portfolio of each development base in Europe, and the resulting action will be to cancel Hyenas and some unannounced titles under development. Accordingly, we'll implement a write-down of work in progress for titles under development, end quote. Yep. So because people aren't at home, because of a worldwide pandemic killing a bunch of people aren't playing games as much anymore. Those motherfuckers cancel the game.
I think the other thing, counts as well. The massive inflation, like people don't have as much money to spend on video games.
Yeah, well, we know that's true.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's disappointing for the teams, and sure it's disappointing for the layoffs. But the fact that I did not know of Hyenas at all.
No, we talked about this. We made fun of it.
Well, that doesn't. Not really defending it. I mean, no, you're not tearing it down. You say sci-fi infiltration shooter, multiplayer shooter, game service game, could be just about anything. Is Concord? I don't know. True.
Good point. I mean, there was the part in the trailer where they stole a Sonic statue. I remember that. Like they were stealing some stuff. I remember all that stuff, and it was a weird trailer. So, but yeah, sucks for the team. Continues along though. In the world of between that team being shut down, joining the Epic in the same week, there was about 1,000 odd people just out of work pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Boom. And I just want to know, I don't have a news story for it, but when I think it was yesterday morning, I saw that a bunch of people. No, I'm laughing. It's not fucking funny, but with this, it's funny in a fucked up way.
More dark, morbid way.
Yeah, in a morbid, dark way. Yeah. I saw people posting that they were like, "Oh, they thought they escaped being laid off by the Epic," and then like a couple of days later, they're like, "Oh, sorry, we missed you in our layoffs. Surprise! Actually, you don't have a job either." And these people are like, "Oh, cool." Yeah. I thought I was good because it's been several days, and they were like, "Yeah." Nah.
We're back over our records, and you're not meant to be employed here.
Yeah, you're not actually meant to be here anymore. So off you go. See you later.
Yeah. Rough.
Rough. Fucking hell, that dog bark, really. Woo!
Wow, yeah.
Woo! Video game voice actors vote yes on strike authorization. We talked about it briefly a couple weeks ago.
Just when we're done with strikes, they pull us back in.
Yeah. Just when the movie side seems to be getting somewhere. Nearly 35,000 SAG-AFTRA members voted in favor of strike authorization on the Interactive Media Agreement. The union reported last night, writes Gizmodo. The Interactive Media Agreement covers members' work on video games, which includes voice acting and live action capture. SAG-AFTRA announced the strike authorization over X/Twitter last night. The signatory companies that use the Interactive Media Agreement include Activision Productions, Blind Light, Disney Characters, Voice, Electronic Arts, Formosa, Insomniac, Epic Games, Take-Two Productions, VoiceWorks, and WB Games. These companies have been in bargaining with SAG-AFTRA since October 2022 and haven't come anywhere near to a fair deal. The pattern of negotiations for SAG-AFTRA includes wages that keep up with inflation, protections around exploitative use of artificial intelligence, and basic safety precautions. Ray Rodriguez, the chief contracts officer for SAG-AFTRA, lays the connection between the actors working for TV and film and the actors working on video games. Quote, between the exploitative use of AI and lagging wages, those who work in video games are facing many of the same issues those who work in film and television. The strike authorization makes an emphatic statement that we must reach an agreement that will fairly compensate these talented performers, provide common sense safety measures, and allow them to work with dignity. Our members' livelihoods depend on it. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think, you would have hoped this would have been resolved by now, but guess not. Pretty much, yeah. I don't think there's anything there that's like wildly over the top or like, that we would be like, nah, what? These actors are crazy. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it's resolved quickly and with little effect on turnaround on games and that kind of stuff. So
it's crazy the world we live in at the moment where like all these part, like the connecting fabric between everything is like such a major part is on AI.
Yeah.
Like all these people just wanting stuff in writing saying you can't just use our likeness or our voice or, like you can't just take my work away and,
Well, it's because all these tech boy fuckboys who are like just, stealing a bunch of stuff, putting it in their AI and like doing whatever they want. It's like the fucking Wild West or whatever, but
it really is.
We live in a civilized society.
It's sort of sad though, because like I like AI to a point. I feel like that's a fair.
It has
statement.
its uses.
Has its uses. I definitely use programs that have AI in them, right? Like smart, like
everybody loves Siri. She's cool.
Siri and whatever else. Yeah, like what the fuck else? Like even like that thing I set up to try and do podcast, like create clips. Is this AI that like looks for like clips suggestions, and even this program that we're recording in now even does something similar where it you can get it to suggest AI to suggest clips that may be good to cut out. And I know it could be like, well, that's taking a job away from doing it. You could pay someone to do that. And the answer is, I don't have any fucking money to pay someone to do that. So, like there are parts where I'm like, okay, this is helpful. Siri, all these other AI things, like, no, shush, I didn't actually mean to say, shush, go away.
Listen, I like digital checkouts.
Kotaku.
That's taken jobs from people.
Yeah, I mean, to a degree, there's a level. But yeah, we've definitely in the year of 2023, fucking tech boys and high houses have really just fucking fight off a bunch of shit and really upset the way
upset
the world
the balance of everything.
Yeah, upset the balance of the world, really. So it's crazy. I like this. Well, I didn't like this part here. I found interesting. In the rest of part of the article, it says here, with regards to safety, Sarah Elmiller, negotiating chair known for her work on Hi-Fi Rush and Fortnite, said to Polygon, quote, we've seen bloody fingers, repetitive stress injuries from lifting realistically weighted AK-47s, or large guns to do turnarounds, and all these autonomized pieces of these animations that string together. Oftentimes you're taking direction from an animator or coder or a writer who doesn't understand that a person can't crouch and walk for 20 minutes straight. He also said, unlike a TV stunt, there's no change of wardrobe, change of lights or setup. It's fall, dive through a table, and then do it again for 8 hours straight. I do find that super interesting, and that is definitely part. And this has been a known thing for ages, that as video games move more into this motion capture stuff, that the same level of people involved, both from a safety perspective and also people being able to direct that stuff correctly, is just non-existent.
That's an interesting point. Like with film or TV, there would be camera setups, and there would be an ongoing series of breaks.
Yep.
Unless there's a special
resets,
unless there's some specific reason or shot they're doing, like Succession, where they want to run through the entire episode in one shot or whatever.
Yeah.
But usually, you film a few minutes at tops, and then you break, and they go have a look at Video Village and say, oh, did we get it or not? And then you have to
the director discusses with the cinematographer or whoever.
Yeah, there'd be time to rest or whatever,
Yeah. Did we get it? No.
Reset the explosions.
Let's reset the scene. Yeah.
Yeah. But in mocap, you don't need any of that.
Dive on the mat. There's an explosion that's put in afterwards. Did that look good? No, can I get you to do it about 50 more times just from different angles? Like over and over and over and over.
Mm.
Yeah. And the part I found interesting is like, realistically weighted AK-47s. That makes sense to me that that's something they use to help with the performance. However, again, it's like, are you taking into account that recording
These are
someone
actors,
filming,
not soldiers,
yeah, actors, not soldiers, and they're lifting and doing these things for hours on end without proper breaks and stuff can, hurt someone. Yeah. Definitely very, very interesting. Well worth asking for better working conditions for. All right, let's do a little bit of good news then. So Kotaku writes, Queensland games industry to receive $5 million funding boost.
Yeah.
So I thought this was worth pointing out because usually we just cover all the money going to Vic. So
I mean, yeah.
It's where all the games go. Screen Queensland has announced a $5 million injection into digital games funding for developers in the state over the 2023 to 2024 period. How do you say the fucking person's name? The Suzuki? How do you say it? Palaszczuk, yeah, I forget. Government will be providing support alongside Australia to boost the state's booming digital games industry as it continues to grow. The Palaszczuk government...
Queensland.
What did I say?
Australia.
Yeah, fair. The Palaszczuk government is funding $2 million towards Screen Queensland's digital games incentive, games grants, and games registry program, with Screens Queensland providing an additional $3 million, which is being sourced internally. The commitment of $5 million aims to help the state, quote, harness the economics, industry, and employment benefits of Queensland's rapidly expanding digital game sector, end quote. In 2022, Queensland saw an 11% rise in the amount of full-time jobs in games following their introduction of the DGI and games grants. More than 300 new local positions were created as part of this, which accounts for almost half of all games development jobs across Australia in that timeframe. Screen Queensland's digital games incentive offers developers a 15% rebate on eligible Queensland game development expenditure, setting it above New South Wales' 10% digital games rebate.
Suck it!
Yeah, rebates.
I don't know what that actually means, but 5% more.
Which recently saw a cut in funding and then the subsequent reversal of said cuts. Obviously very, very good news for Queensland up there. How do you feel, Ash? Are you happy to see more game development happening?
Yeah, it's exciting for we see all the devs need more funding. Like, we're going to PAX. There's going to be a bunch of cool Aussie dev games there. And it's not obviously just development. It's actually getting to events like PAX and that kind of stuff and showcasing the game and getting interest and
getting money to show it there.
Wish listing and that kind of
travel
stuff.
there and whatever.
That's such a big deal. But yeah, it's good. It's interesting because I want to say a week or two ago, Steam had their Steam Melbourne International Games Week sale, but it was purely Victorian games.
Yep.
I saw that kind of ruffle some feathers amongst other interstate devs who pretty much said, it should be Australian games. It's it's an Australian Games Week. Why isn't it all Australians? It's Melbourne International Games Week is specifically funded by Victorian government. Because there is no Australian board or body that is doing funding across the board. It's all very much state based. And that's something that probably needs to change, considering the industry is quickly growing. Of all the arts industries, it's probably the fastest growing, I would imagine. So, it would be nice if there was some across the board funding. But we'll get what we're given, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I did say the same thing, ruffles and feathers and everything. I get it. I also get why it's not. If that makes Yes. It's that thing of I understand why this is shit, but also I get why it's shit.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah. I would draw the line. Imagine a PAX or something where it's the only games in the indie showcase have to be made in Victoria.
Yeah.
That would be fucked.
Indeed, the PAX indie special.
Yeah, imagine that.
The finalists. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be fucked.
That would be fucked, yeah.
So Steam, I don't know, whatever, but I did find it really interesting, since we're talking about like quick indie shout out event stuff. I never heard this, but last week, last week by the time this is out. Last week I saw that Back Pocket Vids. When they went live, they was like streaming they were like at the Sydney Museum or New South Wales Museum somewhere, but they had like a Australian Games event on there. Like a bunch of, you could go in there, like, and there was like people doing talks, different parts of the museum. They had some games on show there, indie games and stuff like that. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Well, I mean, it's also interesting because obviously we're all super psyched for PAX. But the following weekend, South by Southwest Sydney kicks off.
South by Southwest Sydney, yes.
And that's going to have a reasonably big games component with talks and like gameplay and devs and stuff.
It looks good, actually, so far. From like announcements and people and stuff. We'll see how it runs. I mean, we won't be there, but we'll see how the general reaction to it runs.
Unless they want to come and give us media passes.
Yeah, or flights and hotels. Is I'll pay for the pass.
I don't know. I think when I checked passes, they were like, that was maybe the most expensive part. So
I don't know. When's the fucking hotel in Sydney? A couple nights there, fucking $10,000. Yeah, that was really. They had a bunch of. I can't remember the teams' names off the top of my head, but they had like three indie devs speaking there. One of them was old mate Terry from Paper House, and then I can't remember the other two's names. Sorry, but one of them is a Sydney dev, New South Wales dev, and he said he's going to be at South by Southwest, but he's not going to PAX because he couldn't afford to go to PAX to like showcase the game there. So obviously, there's I was sort of hinting that before, like shit can get expensive. The other dude whose name I can't remember is the guy who's created that the Dungeon Experience game. That's one of the indie showcase ones. Yeah. The one with the really fucked up weird trailer. Really weird trailer. Can't wait to play it. Very keen. Which it's a very weird trailer, like a wild trailer. So. Yep. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I remember like I saw it pop up on Twitch. It was like, Back Pockets Live. And I was sitting here like working on the website. And I was like, I'll just open that on my iPad in the background. And then when I clicked on their stream, they weren't in their usual studio. And I was like, what the fuck? Right. What's going on? So weird. What the fuck was I talking about? I already forgot. Queensland. Yeah,
Queensland government giving money to devs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, go Queensland.
Give us more unpackings and hem poppers is what I'm hearing.
Hem poppers.
No, the games projects such as Bears in Space, City Skylines Remastered, and Phantom Abyss were supported this year. So more games like that.
All right, quick rundown as we wrap up the show for this week. Not a super long one because not much happening PAX this week. B, Ash wants to watch NRL. Let's run down for October games just quickly because I just want to reiterate how big of a fucked month this is, let alone PAX and Melbourne International Games Week and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I don't really know. You're going away for another couple weeks after PAX anyway.
Yes.
So I don't know how much you can really. You're not going to be playing much this month. I just want to reiterate.
No.
Press Start has an article. I'm just going to read through that. Some of this stuff I don't care about, but I'm just going to run down through it anyway. So they say October 2023 big game releases. Scorn's coming to PS5, so if you missed out on that on Xbox. Lamplighters League comes out on everything basically October 3rd. Trailer looks cool. I'm not too keen on that.
I'm bummed. Like, I have not. Yeah, I probably will not get to this anytime soon. But yeah, this is like my type of game.
Yeah,
I won't be getting to it. Yeah.
No,
I'm throwing up. Should I bring my laptop with me? Should I not? It's like,
what are you going to be doing in the downtime? Like, what are you doing all the time? What's your plan?
I'm taking my tablet, reading, watching movies, that kind of stuff.
I feel like you've either got to commit. You're either like, I'm having a time away from video games and like I'm gonna like maybe have a de-technology my life, like a couple of weeks like without as much technology, go a little bit quiet, or you're like, fuck it, you bring your laptop and play video games. That's a you decision though. you decide that.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Mirage is out this week. So I don't know when review by goes for that, but yeah, that would probably be. I would expect reviews to start going up for that in a couple of days after this podcast drops. Cricket 24 is out October 25th. Get pumped for your crickets. Wargroove 2 October 5th. We've talked about that before and said obviously it looks cool. Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition is coming to Nintendo Switch. Fucking cool. Detective Pikachu returns to get his coffee on October 6th.
Yeah.
So don't forget that's happening. Friday of PAX. Everyone playing Detective Pikachu.
What's the closest EB to PAX?
Yeah. I'm surely they should just sell it there, right? Is that like Friday that they have PAX? Can they just sell the game at the Nintendo thing or
Nintendo booth? I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Just
I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Yeah, digital codes. Why not on cards? Right? Surely. Missed opportunity.
Nintendo Australia. Let us help you.
Yeah, let's help you. We can do it. We can write down codes.
Or maybe you could just give some away inside the visors. You know?
That would be funny. Yeah. Like one out of however many has a code for Detective Pikachu. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Do that. Maybe I'll bring my Detective Pikachu hat that I brought for like $60 because I had to have it for some reason. NHL 24.
Because it's Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu, yeah. From the movie, let me clarify, not from this game that hasn't been released yet. No. And NHL Get Your Hockey on October 26th. Forza Motorsport, the one that's hardcore racing, comes out October 10th. Little Gator games coming to other platforms outside of, I think it was just on Nintendo Switch and PC prior to this, but I still want to play that. Now it's on everything. It's a real cutie, 100% cutie game, that one. Roblox comes to PS4 and PS5 because, everything PS4 is on PS5. Get excited for that, kids. Honkai Star Rail, that game we see and hear about a million times from every fucking Jeff Keighley show and whatever else. October 11th on PlayStation 5. Get rid of your weebs. Total War Pharaoh comes out on PC on October 11th. Batman Arkham Trilogy comes to Nintendo Switch on October 13th.
Finally!
Yeah, you could finally in the palm of my hands. Lords of the Fallen comes out October 13th. I'm keen to read reviews on that. I'm never going to have time to try it or play it, but it's definitely a game I'm keen to read reviews for and see what people think. Sonic Superstars comes out October 17th. I'm hoping this one will be good. I still think it looks like a good Sonic game. This will be at PAX too, by the way, if you want to try it out ahead of.
We're going to do a co-op?
Yeah, maybe. We'll jump in, have a go. Just as long as the line's not like a million times wrong, but jump in. Wizard with a Gun comes out October 17th. Keen for that as well. That's the Devolver Digital published game.
It's about a wizard with a gun.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of time travel involved.
Why say more?
I played the demo. So,
yeah, I played the demo. A couple months back when I was on.
Interesting. Steam. I didn't realize it was online co-op.
Yeah,
potential. So that would make things easier.
Better. Yeah. Hellboy Web of Weird, October 18th. I think that's got pushed.
Is that confirmed?
Actually. No, I think
did that get pushed?
I think I got pushed. I feel. I'm not sure if this article's after
the
push.
I think that is right. It was initially the 4th of October.
That makes more sense. Yes.
Listen, we're a video game based on a comic book.
Yeah.
Let's move it to the 18th of October.
Yes, move it closer.
Let's move it, further into the future. Like, I'm sure there'll be no comic book related video games coming out anytime soon.
I mean, to be
looks
fair,
cool.
This game looks nothing like the one you're hinting at, but
right, and it's on Xbox. So I mean, that's
that's a good point. Yeah, it's on Xbox as well. So, Endless Dungeon comes out on everything October 19th. Gargoyles Remastered comes out October 19th.
Finally,
I want to play this. Like, I did play this on my at my grandparents. They had it for their fucking NES or whatever the fuck it was on.
They're big Gargoyles fans.
No, but they just brought it like a garage sale for us to play when we were visiting them or whatever. So I remember playing it. Like, I really loved Gargoyles as well. So I'd finish it, but I'd love to play it for a hot minute. October 19th, Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 Turbocharged comes out. Keen for that. Jackbox Party Pack 10 comes out on October 19th. Some new games in this one. World of Horror comes out to everything. It's every time I see a trailer for this, I'm sort of intrigued because it has a really weird art style and everything, but
it's like pixely.
Yeah, very pixely. It's fucking weird.
Pixely
reminds me of similar sort of fucking weird art style, like that game that's going to be at PAX. Dark Streamer, whatever it's. What's that game called? Dark Stream Experience, whatever it is. Yeah. Marvel Spider-Man 2
Streamer or something. Yeah.
That's it. Dark Web Streamer. Marvel Spider-Man 2, October 20th. It's miles away. It's coming soon.
And we're happy to announce that we did not have a code.
I'm happy to announce we are not playing Spider-Man 2 because we
decided we should be working on we should completely revamp our website instead of asking for a code.
Hi.
I mean, am I wrong?
Super Mario Bros. Wonder also comes out October 20th. play as an elephant, play as a flower, do drugs, kids, and play Mario in the carts and do the things at the same time.
Yep.
City
So
Skylines.
What's there for Xbox fans on October 20th?
They can still be playing. They can still be playing that game we talked about a couple minutes ago. What was that called? That we said it's coming to Xbox. They can still be playing Hellboy. That's all right. All thoughts are good for them. City Skylines 2 comes out October 24th on the PCs. Just Dance 2024 edition comes out to everything but the Wii on October 24th. Lord of the Rings Return to Moira comes out on PC and PlayStation 5. Let's see if this is better than the other Lord of the Rings game that came out at the start of the year.
Can't be as bad as Gollum, you know.
Time will tell. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 comes out on October 24th. Get ready to experience the Metal Gear Solid again, like you've never done it before. Dave the Diver, which is not an indie game, comes out October 26th on Nintendo Switch. Do you see this tweet going around today? I was like, good point, actually. Fair.
What?
There was like a thing today where they announced golden joysticks or whatever. Yeah, golden joysticks. And Dave the Diver is nominated for Best Indie Game. And then someone quote retweeted was like, hey, that game is actually made by a team that's owned by Nexon. It's like a spin-off of Nexon. It's not an indie game. To which I said, fair. It's a good point. Like, and then I saw a bunch of people getting the tweets about like what being an indie game means, and then people doing that whole thing where they like go, well, indie game is less about like the money, it's more people just use it as an aesthetic thing. Like if the game's like pixel arty or whatever, like
is
it's an indie game.
Is any Devolver game an indie game?
Well, yeah, we get that. That's the thing. I still don't know. Like Devolver's, it's a hard one because they sometimes they just buy games that have been like developed for no money. You know what I mean? Like they published Call the Lamb. I don't know how much money they put into it. That's the problem. It gets hard sometimes. But yeah, Dave the Diver. I can't remember the developer's name, but they're just a subsidiary of Nexon. And Nexon
doesn't matter. Just put it in the Game of the Year nominations, and then we'll.
Well, yeah, but like. I understand why people are like indie game. If you're gonna do like indie game nominations, you should be doing those categories to rightfully shout out like actual indie games, not just like 2/3 of the list is exactly the same as your Game of the Year nominees. You know, it's like cool. Ghost Runner 2 comes out October 26th. Get ready to run away from some ghosts. Actually, that's not what that game is about. That's a very bad episode. Get ready to listen to some hardcore dubstep and synth music and run on walls. Alan Wake 2 comes out October 27th. A bunch of people got to do hands-on previews recently. I was listening to, I don't know what I listened to. I listened to the Min-Max show talk about it. That's what I did. Min-Max, I heard. I don't know. My listening to podcasts is eclectic sometimes. Whatever I can fit in, you know, like straight around. Min-Max I listened to talk about. And they were quite positive on their time with it. That's good. So good for them. Good for me because I'm keen. EA Sports UFC 5 comes out on October 26th. Get ready to punch the ground and do the fighting with the people. Resident Evil Village comes to iOS on October 30th. This game's going to cost full price, and that's been a real hot discussion topic for this past week.
Why?
Too. Because I don't think it should be $60, but I understand why it should cost premium amount. Like if it is, hey, you can play the entirety of like Resident Evil Village and it looks as good and you can plug it into your fucking TV with a USB-C to HDMI cable now because the new iPhones run off USB-C and you can just hook up a PlayStation controller and it looks fucking great. Like, why would it cost $5? You know? Yeah. That's dumb. I don't know why this is a thing where people's brains are mobile game associates to free and or cheap as fuck, like a couple dollars max.
Yeah.
You know? And like, yeah. I hope it's good. I hope it plays well. I'm really interested myself to see. It's like one of the biggest games, and they announced it at the launch event for the Apple, for the iPhone 15. So, yeah. And mobile, as much as core gamers and hardcore gamers like to pretend mobile's nothing, mobile's probably the biggest gaming platform in the world. Full stop. But like putting
numbers wise,
in players, yes. this is a huge deal, having like a game like that on there. And yeah, mobile as a platform is huge, massive.
Can we give you an iPhone 15 review?
Yep, real good. Hasn't caught fire. I haven't done any of these things. All these reports, people saying it gets really hot. I got no issues.
Okay, good.
Camera's really good. You can shoot in RAW now, and you can have all these like controls over the. You can shoot in I can't remember the format for the video now. The two different types, but yeah, lots of really cool new things for video and video and photo options. And I have a USB-C slot now, which is cool.
Yeah,
I caught up to Samsung from 2010. Yeah, it's fucking futures here, baby. Yeah, I changed out my cords. It's really annoying, but it's for the better.
Future proof.
Yeah,
until they come with that shit. USB-C.
You got a button on the side now instead of a flick to mute it button. That's cool. Yep, cool. Really playing some hardcore games on it, like a match 3 game. And yeah, Jusant or whatever we're calling it. The action puzzle platforming climbing game is coming out on October 31st to the Xboxes and the PlayStations and Nintendo Switches and the PCs. That's the latest Dotnod game. What a big month.
Yeah.
It's huge. I'm going to have time to play none of these video games.
What are you going to be playing?
Well, hold on. Let me just scroll down and say what. So actually, I'd like to play, like realistically, I do want to play Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'd love to actually play that before the end of the year. Like I'm keen on that one because it's going back to old school.
And they're like, hey, it's going to be short.
Yeah. They're like, hey, it's short. I'm like, I love those words. Short. Detective Pikachu, 100% playing that. All aboard. Forza Motorsport, I'm definitely going to play. One way or another. Game Pass at the minimum, like easy. I don't know how much I'm going to play, but I'm definitely going to play it.
Yeah.
Wizard with the Gun, I reckon I'll be playing. Put that in the 50-50 category on that, but I'm definitely keen to play more of that as well. Spider-Man 2, 110%, obviously. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, 110% as well. I don't know how that works out when they release on the same day. That sucks for everyone. Ghost Runner 2, I'm keen about. Definitely going to be playing that. Huge fan, obviously, of the first one. Gave it a 9 or 9.5, whatever it was. Alan Wake 2, 110% playing that. I don't know how I fit that in and Spider-Man and Mario and all these things, but, that sucks. But yeah, that would be my October. And there's other stuff I'd love to play in there, but that's me trying to be... That's my realistic list.
Yeah.
What about you with your holiday and PAX and everything?
I mean, I'm hopeful that I'll get time to get the Lamplighters League in. Definitely want to play Detective Pikachu. And I'm definitely going to be playing Spider-Man 2. Did I shorten my holiday so I'm home before Spider-Man 2 launches? It was a factor. I'll be completely honest.
Fair. Seems like a very fair choice to me. Same man would make that choice, I think.
Yeah.
All right. That will do it for this week's episode and the last episode prior to PAX Australia for Arcade Couch. It's also the last episode before Australia votes. So vote yes.
Please.
Do the right thing and vote yes. If you vote no and still want to listen to the show, sure. But I'm disappointed.
But also, Kofi.com/ explosionnetwork.com/support.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to vote no, at least support us.
Yeah. At least, yeah. If you can't support First Nations people, support us.
If you can't support First Nations people, support these.
Support one white guy and one half Asian guy.
Let us know any comments, questions, concerns you've got about anything we've talked about on the show, of course, on our Discord. ExplosionNetwork.com/Discord takes you to our Discord. You can zig at us. ExplosionNetwork.com/Twitter takes you to there. You can find the rest of the stuff we've been talking about and whatever else. Check out ExplosionNetwork.com, brand new website, up to date. Go listen to my story about that on Arcade Couch Between the Cushions, dropping tonight, 6 p.m., of course, or if you listen to this days later, it's out now, whenever you're listening. And again, if you like this episode or want to support or want to vote no and not and drop a coin and a couple coins in a tin to help your conscience feel better, ExplosionNetwork.com/support. Support one white guy and one half Asian guy. Buy some coffee. What a tagline. See you here, not sure what time or date or things
Or what.
next week or what we're doing, but we will find time to record something during PAX as usual. And that will go live, and that will be next week's episode. So will that drop on Monday? I doubt it. It'll probably drop before. But whatever episode of this drops next is the next week's episode. So, and then after that, back to regularly scheduled program. If you're going to PAX, have fun. If you see us, say hi. Otherwise, hope you have a great week, everyone. Goodbye.